everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So this is a little bit of a different kind of reading than what I normally do. My spirit guide actually told me to do this one. I'm not doing a pick a card, it's just one reading. And it's for those of you who are going through a very, very dark time. I call it the dark night of the soul. A lot of people call it that. You might just call it depression or just being in a dark place. But if that's where you are right now, then I hope this reading is for you. All right. And of course, I wish you all the love and blessings that your angels can surround you with. And I'm sorry you're going through a difficult time. I've been through similar, maybe not similar to what you're going through, but I've been through my own dark night of the soul, and I know how hard it is. And so I feel for you. And so I hope this reading helps, in some way at least. All right. I'm going to start with some initial cards, just so I can get a feel for the energy of this particular reading. And then we'll pull some tarot, and then I'll finish off with some additional messages from Spirit, oracle cards from Spirit. Okay. All right. We have fated to suffer. Actually, I think I'm gonna put that over here for you. Okay, pull a couple more cards and then we'll get into your tarot spread. Okay, we have family, blood ties, and inner circle. And come together, reconciliation, spiritual union, soul contract. And I'll be able to talk more about the connection of those cards. I am getting some messages already. But let me get into your tarot reading, and it'll all make more sense to you, to me, to everybody. All right. Okay. Bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Wands. And that's just an underlying energy, which talks of a lot of communication, a lot happening, a lot going on at once. All right. We have Six of Wands in reverse, crossed by the Seven of Wands. The base of the reading is the Lover's card reversed. Recent past, Queen of Wands. Crowning your reading, we have the Nine of Swords reversed. In the near future, we have the Devil reversed. Your energy is the Knight of Pentacles. The people or the environment around you is the Eight of Cups. Your hopes and fears, King of Wands reversed. And the outcome is the Four of Pentacles. All right, give me just a minute while I take these in, and then we'll talk about these cards. All right. Let's start with the first two cards here. Six of Wands reversed, crossed by the Seven of Wands. What I'm getting here is you really wanted something. You wanted something to happen. You wanted something to unfold. And instead of unfolding the way you expected, things went awry fairly quickly. So where you expected to be celebrated, recognized, admired maybe for what you were doing, instead it's like you got beaten up over it. Criticized, rejected, turned on is what I'm hearing. Somebody turned on you, or more than one somebody turned on you. And that was hard. You took it as a personal assault, as a personal, just as a personal wound from someone you did not expect this from. And now you're trying to find your way out of that energy, trying to find a way to redeem yourself, and trying to figure out whether or not you can forgive the person or people who hurt you, who really discarded you and dismissed you. All because you were trying to do something good. In your mind, it was good. You were trying to do something worthwhile. And it just, somehow, somewhere, it went wrong. At the base of your reading, you have the Lover's card in reverse. There's something toxic, or was something toxic in your life. I'm hearing it was a person, but it may be a situation. But it's something or someone that you are now separated from. It does not have to be romantic. In fact, I kind of feel like it's not romantic, but it could be. But what they're pointing out to me, just so you can see, is this snake that's biting the man's leg. And in reverse, it's like that snake just sort of jumps off the page, jumps off the card to me. There was something very toxic going on with this person between you. And where you sit right now, you are separated. Not speaking, not talking, not together. And there's this really tense energy between you. Even though you're not talking, the energy's still there. And it's kind of tugging on both of you, I feel. All right. In the recent past, you have the Queen of Wands. This is someone who is very energetic, very passionate, very forward, very proactive, and like a go-getter, and very like have this energy of power. Whether or not they actually had any power doesn't matter. They gave off this energy of power, of being powerful. But this person is in your past. So I'm tying these two people together. It may be the same person or someone connected to this situation. Probably the same person. But that person's in the past. So this fiery energy could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but not necessarily. It's just somebody who embodies those traits. And to be honest, it feels, your energy feels a little emptier, a little darker without them in it. But as I'm looking at this card of them, what I'm being drawn to is the dark side of their face. If you can see that. And it's telling me that this person also feels darker since the departure. They're not showing it outwardly, but they're feeling it on the inside. Crowning your reading, you have the Nine of Swords reversed. You have spent a lot of time stressing, worrying, overthinking, but you're coming out of that energy. If you're not now, you will. The crowning energy, this position, if you don't know, it talks of a potential outcome. And it also, this energy also touches all the other energies of the other cards. Like it trickles down like rain. So to me, it's a good thing. That maybe you're not staying up at night, unable to sleep because you can't stop replaying the story over and over and over of what happened. Trying to figure out where things went wrong. Worrying, stressing. The fact that you're coming out of that energy a little bit is good. It's very good. And then in the near future, you have the Devil reversed, which is also good. It means you're letting go of attachment. You're letting go of fear, of anger. You're letting go of that voice in your head that tells you to, get revenge on this person for how they treated you, to get back at them. And also the voice that keeps telling you that you probably deserve this because you're fated to suffer, right? When the devil is upright, he's whispering in your ear and he's saying, you know you're going to suffer. You know how this story plays out. You're in the role. You're someone who has to suffer. That's your story. Play the part. You know who you are. That's the devil speaking to you, telling you these things. It's not real. And with the devil in reverse, you're starting to see that. You're starting to realize you don't deserve this. They don't deserve revenge either. It's just an energy of trying to find a place of acceptance. Even a small piece. Forgiving in your own small way. Maybe not outwardly toward them, but in your heart. You're trying to find forgiveness. If you're not yet, this is near future. Trying to find forgiveness, not for them, for you. To give you peace. Your energy right now is the Knight of Pentacles. Outwardly, you are okay. To anyone looking, you're just fine. But you're also not letting anyone see. You're not talking to them. You're not revealing how you're feeling. You're not revealing like this the crushing spirit that you carry around with you. The hours and hours that you lay in bed and just can't get up because you don't feel like you have a reason to get up anymore. It's this really dark energy that I know is very hard to pull yourself out of. And when no one else can see it, they can't even help you. The energy, the people around you, you have the Eight of Cups. This is someone or a group of people walking away from you, turning their back on you. Now, it may be family. I feel more so, granted, for some of you it may be family, but what I'm being pulled toward is the inner circle and the word family, meaning people who felt like family to you. People you thought of as your family, even without the blood tie. In some ways, they were your everything. And now they've turned their back on you. Why? Why? Because you weren't as successful as you thought you would be? Because something went wrong and the success you used to carry around with you and own is no longer yours? Is that a reason to turn your back on someone? Like, these are the thoughts that you're struggling with. And you're feeling very bruised and beaten up and disenchanted. Because these people were your friends or possibly even your family. These people were your life. To you. But what were you to them, I can hear you asking that question. Your hopes and fears is the King of Wands reversed. I'm going to show you this card in the upright because I want you to really see the image. It's this king who has these three other people, beings, clinging on, like wanting to be with him, wanting to hang around with him, just wanting to be in the light of his energy. Your hopes and fears now, and I'm not saying it's rational, but it's a feeling of, I'm never falling for that again. People who cling on, hang on, want to be a part of your life because of what you have to offer. And then the minute you don't have something to offer, they all disappear. I'm not saying that's what happened, but I am saying that that's how I feel your energy. And so your hopes and fears are, I don't ever want that again. I don't ever want those kind of people around me again. I just don't ever want that again. But at the same time, you also fear that you never will. That those people will never come back around and see how amazing you really are. Still. That they will never appreciate and love you the same way again. And that no one ever will. Like, that's a fear. It's not reality. But it's a fear. Your outcome card is the Four of Pentacles. If you notice in the card, we have this man really holding on to those Four Pentacles, but being led toward the fire by this skeleton creature with a clock around its neck, or in its mouth, I guess. And it's saying it's time. It's time to let go. But do you let go? Being the outcome card, you're still hanging on. So I'm going to pull some more cards and let's see what else we can get from your reading here. All right. Spirit, can you give me one card to clarify this Seven of Wands? I want to see more about what happened. Why do you feel so beaten up and just trashed is the word I'm hearing. Trashed. Whoop. You have the Six of Swords in reverse. Your plan may have been to go off somewhere new and pursue your success, pursue your dream, pursue a new life for yourself. And it didn't work out. And you had to come back. And when you came back, you were already feeling beaten up, right? By the circumstance, by the situation. But to add insult to injury, the people in your life, when you returned to them, just dismissed you. Like, how dare you leave? Now you're back. And it's like, do you even exist anymore? It's it's just a very dismissive energy. When all you did, what I feel all you did was step out and try. It didn't work out, but you had the courage to try. And maybe these people that you left, who are now turning their back on you, maybe they don't have the courage to do what you did. And so it's easier for them to dismiss you than to acknowledge how brave you were. To try, to fail, to keep going. That's hard energy for some people to to take, you know? Not everybody has, at any one given time, not everybody has the courage to pursue the life they want. But you did. You took a step. All right, Spirit, can you give me one card to clarify the Queen of Wands in this past energy, please? Oh, all right. Okay, Spirit just gave me a message about this card. I'm still going to pull another card. My impression, you know, we were talking about this card earlier. This is a fiery person. This is someone who feels powerful, feels, you know, like they've got it all together. They just exude this energy, this fiery energy, and it's in your recent past position. This is you. That's what they're telling me now. All of that is true. That this, you know, this fiery personality, this fiery person, this powerful, brave person is no longer here. But it's you. And I'm telling you, she's not gone forever. She or he. I say she because it's the queen, but they're not gone forever. That side of you is not gone forever, but it's gone right now. All right, Spirit, can you give me one more card to clarify that? You have the Death card in reverse. What I'm seeing is you were trying to birth something new. If you notice in this card, the Death card looks to me like it's pregnant. And it's squashing this little child to make way for a new one. Kind of a somber image, but it's in reverse, which tells me you were trying to birth something new. To put the past behind you and birth a new beginning, and it didn't work out. Plain and simple, it didn't work out. Oh, gosh, I have clumsy hands. Okay, sorry about that. All right, Spirit, can you give me one card for the crowning energy, this Nine of Swords reverse, please? You have Nine of Cups. So as you start to let go of the worry and the overthinking and the stress, when that happens, when you start to see things a little more clearly, you'll start to think again about what else you want. I told you that fire is still in you. It's dormant right now, is how I would put it. But it's still there. And this card is all about knowing what you want, figuring out what you want, putting that out into the universe, and the universe saying, okay, your wish is my command. You got it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I hope that gives you some encouragement, if nothing else does. The universe is ready to give you what you really deserve. You thought this was what you wanted. But if you don't know right now, I can tell you, you will know before too long what your soul really, really wants. And when you find that out and you start to focus on that, your life will never be the same. Because the universe will start giving you what you really deserve. This wasn't taken away from you as punishment. It's hard to see that now, I'm sure, but that was a gift. And someday you'll see that and recognize it for sure. All right, Spirit, can you give me one card, please, for the Devil reversed? This is the near future. What else is coming up in the near future? What more can you tell me? Okay. We have 5 of Pentacles reversed. So as you're letting go of fear, letting go of like wanting to get back at people for not being nicer to you, for not welcoming you back with open arms, you know, not beating yourself up so much, you start to also let go of this feeling of being abandoned. This card is all about feeling alone and abandoned and left out. And I understand why you feel that way, I really do. But that energy is going to start to go away. It doesn't mean these people are going to come back, necessarily. They might. We'll look more at that, but what it means is that it won't matter as much anymore. Again, I know that's hard to swallow right now. That it won't matter. But your life is going to take on a whole different form. Once you start focusing on your real dreams, maybe the dreams you were too afraid to even consider back then, maybe dreams that you didn't even know existed back then. Maybe this situation had to happen for you to realize what it is your life is supposed to be about. All right, let's get one more card on the near future. Let's see what else we have there. What else can you tell us, Spirit, about the near future for this person? You have 9 of Wands in reverse. Again, I'm going to show you the card upright. The imagery on these cards, to me, says more than anything. This is a card of feeling alone and dejected and like you have no way out. You don't know where to go next. You don't know what to do next. You just feel lost. Not realizing that right up here, you have a stairway leading the way, and you're not even seeing it. You're also not seeing all this growth and fire right next to you. But in reverse, it's like you lift your head and you suddenly see a whole world in front of you. And you realize there is a way out. It doesn't mean everything is all sunshine and rainbows all of a sudden. I don't see that. But the weight is being lifted. And you're starting to see there is a way out. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell me about their energy with this Knight of Pentacles? Everyone thinks you're fine. They don't know. Well, what else can you tell me, Spirit? The Hierophant in reverse. You've lost a little bit of faith in all of this. You thought the universe was taking care of you, giving you an opportunity to start over, to start fresh, to create a life for yourself, and It all came crashing down and they sent you back. And so right now you're not asking for any more favors from the spirit world, from the universe. But they know it's in your heart anyway. It's okay. It'll change. All right, Spirit, can you give me one card for the Eight of Cups? These are the people, it's the energy around you. It's people walking away, turning their back. Now, it may not be for the reason you think. You're assuming it's because you failed in their eyes. But maybe that's not why. Maybe their lives just continued on while you were gone, while you were out of the picture. And out of sight, out of mind. And they've just, I don't know, they've just moved on. Not with any malice or judgment. It just was. Two of Pentacles. Yeah. And that's what this card is saying. They've gotten busy. The people that were once in your life have gotten busy with their own lives, their own partnerships, relationships, work, challenges. You stopped being in their life. They felt for a reason, Keep in mind, they may have felt neglected and dismissed when you left. When you turned your back on them, you weren't actually turning your back on them. You were turning your face toward what you thought was your future. And now they're just trying to, juggle their own lives. So keep that in mind. I understand how you feel. But sometimes things are not what they appear. And that's really what this card, Fated to Suffer, it's really what this card is about. Is it Snow White that eats the poison apple? It's like somewhere in your mind, if you're Snow White, you know how the story plays out. And so even though you know better, you eat the apple, you suffer. Because that's the story. And so you're assuming your story is, I'm supposed to suffer. This is how it goes. But it's not real. You can choose, just like she can choose. You know what? I know better. I'm not going to eat that apple. I'm not going to take an apple from a stranger and just eat it when I know better. And part of you knows better too. You're not listening right now because you've lost a little bit of trust and faith. But in your heart, you do know. You know that's not your story. All right. Spirit, can you tell me more about the outcome? This Four of Pentacles. What else do we need to know about that? This energy of hanging on when it's really time to let go. Okay. The Sun card in reverse. So, this outcome is saying you're hanging on even though it's time to let go. Let go of the pain, let go of the resentment, let go of the anger, let go of the feelings of failure and loss. And as a result, all you can see is darkness, right? You can see him looking. Where's the sun? It's gone. And all he sees is darkness. Turn that around and look how everything changes. Suddenly the sun is shining. There's people in your life. There's joy, there's happiness, there's optimism. Right now, this is where you're headed. But keep in mind, you also have this. This is coming. This is coming. And when this comes, this will turn around. That I can tell you for sure. All right. They want to give you one more on the outcome. Five of Swords. So you're going to hang on. You're going to wallow in the darkness a little bit longer. But the day is coming when you're going to say, enough is enough. I'm done with this. If you don't want me in your life, that's fine. If you do, great. But I'm moving forward. I'm moving on. And you can see this guy. He's got his swords in his hand. He's willing to leave a couple behind. No big deal. And he's sticking his tongue out at the past, saying, see you later. I'll need you. But if you notice in the background, I don't know if you can see it, there's a castle in the background waving. There's a flag, a white flag waving. And to me, that's a message that what you are now turning your back on and moving away from is kind of saying, wait, come back. Or, hey, remember us. Here's the key to that. Revenge does not help anyone. I understand the feeling of wanting to hurt people who hurt you. But consider the possibility that these people didn't mean to hurt you, or this person didn't mean to hurt you. Maybe didn't even recognize that they did. So when it's time to let go and walk away from the situation, not necessarily the people, do it with some grace. Do it with some humility and some compassion, knowing that we all make mistakes. We all do things unknowingly that hurt other people. And someday these people or this person may end up being a big part of your life again, or not. But it doesn't matter. The point is to move forward. Because those that you are meant to be with, those people who are meant to be in your life, will come back. And you will come together because you have a soul contract. So the person or people that you're meant to be with, you'll find your way back to each other's lives. The others, maybe they were just a lesson. Maybe it's just what you needed to go through to see yourself more clearly. And to not get stuck into the rut that you were in before you got brave enough the first time to change your life. All right, let's get some oracle cards and some messages here. All right. You have new moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. Pisces is a very, very spiritually connected sign. And new moons bring new beginnings. This card is asking you to go within, to try to reconnect to your spiritual side. Reconnect to your spirit guides, reconnect to passed on loved ones, reconnect to whoever, your God is, your source. Just give that an opportunity. Welcome it back into your heart a little bit. All right, let's get another card for you. Because I do feel that you're a very spiritual person. Innately. Like it's a part of you. And you're a part of it. Like it's more important than you may even realize right now. The spirit world, the spiritual connection. And in some ways, all of this happened, in some ways, to build that connection even deeper and even higher. So as long as you stay in this energy of not trusting the universe, not trusting spirit, you're blocking yourself from that side of you that is very, very important. Like I said, more important than you probably realize. Okay. And your card is Ghost of the Pumpkin Patch. Count your blessings. So while you're feeling loss and you're feeling invisible and you're feeling empty, this card is just reminding you that all is not lost. Look at what you do have. Look at what blessings have come into your life since this happened. Maybe even because this happened. It's important. All right, I got one more card for you. These cards, these are postcards from Spirit, and I will tell you, they are some of the most powerful, most moving messages of any cards I own. I don't use them all the time, honestly, because they really are that powerful. They really are. They touch you. They touch me, I'll say that. So for this reading, I had to include them. So what message do you have, Spirit, for the people watching this video who need to hear from you? All right, I'm going to hold it close so you can take a screenshot if you want and read it for yourself later, but I'm going to read it to you. Dearest you, on Earth, humans learn about life by telling stories and creating new ones based on shared experiences. Eventually, after repeating one often enough, it becomes your main story that you use to define yourself in the world. So to get the answers you seek, you must get vulnerable and hear your story when you tell it. Ask, why do you tell it? Is it really true? What else can be true? Can you see the truth that Spirit is in all things? Do you see how other stories overlap and intertwine? Spirit loves stories, for they are like blueprints for co-creation. So tell the one we know to be true about you. A story of courage, gratitude, and honesty. Tell an empowered story about well-being, wisdom, and grace. You will experience your world according to the story you tell about it. So make sure they're stories you're proud of. From your genuine, loving fan club. And I just want to point out the synchronicity here. There are no accidents, I'm telling you, with these readings in Spirit World. All about talking about the story you tell yourself, the story you tell about your life and your situation. And this card, Fated to Suffer, is the same message. What story are you telling yourself? What story are you believing? And is it possible you've got it wrong? Is it possible to change the ending, to change the plot line, to change who the victim is in the story and who the hero is? Whew. All right, y'all. Heavy reading, intense reading, but my spirit guide really, really wanted me to do this. So I hope for those of you who are watching it, those of you who stuck around, I hope this gave you what you needed, at least a glimmer of what you needed, because this was very, very important to them that you get these messages. So thank you so much for being here, and please know that you're loved. You just are, even if you can't see it. All right. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for staying. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.